Hi, I'm Sarah, and I'm the speech language pathologist that will be working with your daughter, Hannah. Based off speaking with you before, I kind of know your concerns for Hannah, and through the services that I'll be providing for her, I will be targeting oral and written language along with reading. And so today I'm going to tell you a little bit about those components that I'll be working on with her and the developmental order that they come in. So all of these aspects that I'm going to be working on with Hannah, oral, written, and reading, are so important, but it's also so important to remember how integrated and how they work together, all for the sole purpose, which is for Hannah to be able to communicate efficiently with others. So first I'm going to explain to you the important components of Hannah's oral language, which is what we think about most whenever we think about communication, I feel like. So with this aspect, I'm looking at her ability to know the different sounds that we're able to make within our language, such as ta 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 or da da da, along with all the other different sounds in our alphabet. I'm also looking at Hannah's ability to put different sounds together to make different words, such as k-at for cat and h-at for hat. I'm also going to be looking at Hannah's vocabulary, and that will just kind of look at how well is she able to understand and use words within her spoken language that are appropriate for her age. Another aspect that I'll be looking at and working on with Hannah is her ability to have grammatically correct sentences that are age appropriate with complexity, along with complexity. So that's going to kind of look at when she's talking, is she using clauses appropriately, and what is she using is she using what is age appropriate for her complexity. This will go along with the way that Hannah's also presenting her oral language. Is she using eye contact? Is she able to share a story or have a conversation with someone in those kind of social settings and social skills? So now that I've kind of given you a little bit of a rundown of oral language that I'm going to be working on, I'm going to move more into like the reading skills and what I'm going to be looking at and doing with that. So today I have with me this diagram called the reading rope. And this is just a great resource to break down the components for reading. So in order to have skilled reading, first we need all of these components. Within language comprehension, we first have background knowledge. And what this kind of looks at is, what does Hannah previously know about the topic that she is reading? Then you move down to vocabulary, which is going to look at how is Hannah able to link the words that she's hearing in the story or reading in the story to something else that she knows about. Then we move down to language structures, which again will look at Hannah's ability with grammar and sentence structure. So I think it's kind of cool here to see how both oral language and reading both have important structures with grammar and sentence structure. So that's kind of a way that they're also alike and they work together. Then we move down to verbal reasoning, still under language comprehension, which is going to look at the inferences that Hannah's able to make about the story after and while she's reading. So the last thing under comprehension is literacy knowledge. What is Hannah able to get from the type of reading that she is looking at? Is she able to see more than one point of view of a persuasive piece? Is she able to see what the author's thoughts are and be able to compare those with what maybe she is thinking as well? So that is it for language comprehension, and then we move down to the next part of the rope, which is word recognition. This kind of looks at phonological awareness, which in an easier way to describe it is phonics, or a way that you could work on it is rhyming. Is she able to rhyme words with other words? And then decoding, and then sight recognition. So with decoding, is she able to break apart a word that she's unfamiliar with and be able to sound it out phonetically and be able to understand what that word is? Or maybe with prefixes and suffixes and root words, is she able to see, this is my root word and this is a prefix and a suffix, so this word must mean this? Then we also talk about sight words, which is what are words that Hannah's going to be seeing in everyday language that she's just going to be able to read automatically without even have to thinking about what the word is. So with both language comprehension and word recognition, both of these strands form together to make us skilled readers, which is what makes us able to pick up almost anything and just be able to read it easily. So the last thing I'm going to talk about is spelling. Oh, man.